Wow, hello everyone. Hello everyone.
Hi, hoy hoy, tricky luggers.
Hoy hoy.
How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I forgot I had my camera turned off in Zoom. So, Randy, thanks for following. Thank you so much. Welcome. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a good Sunday.
We are. We've been up for hours.
Been up for hours,
and
Lego,
right?
I want you to all notice that I shaved for you today. I know you've been. People have called out my Sunday beard, but today I figured we were having some of our wonderful Patreons on, so I should probably shave and look good for them. So,
why not?
You know,
we're in our Sunday best.
Hey, Jason Sipe is here. How's it going? Welcome. So actually, let's say hi.
All right.
Let's say hi to everybody who is commenting right now. So.
That's who we can see, right? We can only see people who
have so far.
Everyone is welcome.
Chat, so yes. So hi to a big screen bird is here. How's it going?
Brickanista.
Hey Naomi, it was so great to get to see you yesterday on
at the Baylug meeting.
I actually got to see your face at the Baylug meeting. Bricky's Club is here. Hey Bricky's Club, thanks for the email. I'll be getting back to you about that. Chris, all work and no play makes Chalice a dull boy. How's it going?
In the words of Jack Torrance.
It's always a treat to find out what his extra long name is going to be this week. Cornado is here. How's it going, Corey?
Debo
Bricks. Fabufan Mike. I did it this time. Fabufan MKE. I haven't done that in forever. Okay, Bricks. Hey, Eric. How's it going? Hooded One, Insane Lego Fan.
Jay Stevermeyer.
Jeremy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, JMW Music. How's it going?
Johnny
AKA
Cat is here. Hi, Johnny Cat.
And while we are here at that point, and Jake Animation Studios is here too, I wanted to say a special happy birthday to Johnny Cat. Johnny has been, as you know, a friend of mine for 30 years or more. Planned our wedding for us, is just a wonderful all-around
helped with
awesome
wardrobe
guy.
For Lego Masters.
Yes, helped with wardrobe for Lego Masters, and it's his birthday today. So lots of big shout-outs for Johnny.
Here's a hug for you, Johnny Cat.
There you go, Johnny. That's for you. All right, Lisa Head is here. Hi, Lisa. Maraid, Marilyn Parmley, Minifig Chick, Minifig Nick, Miss Tap Cat, who's also going to be on with us today, and Moto.
Look at that, 2 in the alphabet. We're playing our Minifig Chick.
I think the most we've ever gotten is 3 between them, so we'll see how that goes.
Gotta meet some
Orange
more
Bricks
ends.
is here. Hey, Orange Bricks. Raptus of Dathomir, how's it going? Remy Baker, Shane Lafan, the Hornburgers are here.
Hi,
hey.
all Hornburgers.
Wilfred, bonsoir. And Zarakino, Kim is here, who's going to be on in a couple minutes. And Zonker is here.
Yay, Zonker.
Very good to see everybody this morning.
Zonker, I've been thinking of you all yesterday and today as we're going to be on Brick Fiesta. We're going to go to Brick Fiesta today and do a lighting workshop. And I've been thinking how much more clever soldering and resistors and that sort of stuff there would be if you were involved in the workshop.
Right. Oh, and Jake Sadovich is here. Hey, Jake, how's it going? Welcome. Wow, Robert Zaccardi. This is great. Love seeing everybody.
What clever viewers we have today.
We do. We have lots.
Always. I mean, always. But my goodness, I'm just always blown away by the talent of the people who take some time and tune in. It's hot.
It's extra hot. So,
what's going on? How about Disney pins?
Well, I think I'm not sure, but some of our guests may have Disney pins. So, we are going to be doing, so what you were mentioning earlier, though, is that we are doing Brick Fiesta later today.
That's Texas, right?
That is Texas, and we are going to be doing it's going to be at 1:30 Pacific time.
Don't get confused.
3:30 on the actual schedule of Brick Fiesta, which of course is in, I think, Central Time or something like that.
And our presentation will be, it's drawn from the one that we did here on a Monday how-to.
Right, so if you saw our Monday how-to on how to light your mocks, that's basically what we're presenting, but actually even truncated, shorter version of it.
I know, he's gonna keep me moving ahead.
You should still check it out. It's a great, Brick Fiesta is really fun. They've been having lots of fun events and stuff, and there will be social things later going on there.
Great presentations.
Yeah, so definitely give it a check. Oh, and I had to show you.
Yes.
You got the T-shirt is over there.
Oh,
okay, so apparently they're
we have to build that.
Their theme this year was going to be 2001, and then they changed it to Dumpster Fire. So they decided
2020.
So Will Heron, who is a wonderful artist and does
T-shirts.
A lot of T-shirts. You've seen me. I've worn a bunch of his T-shirts. We've both worn his T-shirts on here before. But anyway, we got these in the mail today to wear when we do our presentation. And he like railed this out super quick, from what I understand. But
we're gonna wear this during the presentation?
Here is awesome. The official Brick Fiesta Dumpster Fire 2020 T-shirt. Amazing.
I think I'm gonna Superman mine. I'm gonna wear my usual button-up shirt, but then I'll open it and reveal dumpster fire. Hopefully, our presentation won't be a dumpster fire.
You all right there? Think so, yeah. Although coffee? It reminds me, that's what you should have used for your model that's lit up. Is you should light up a little dumpster behind the fire. Right? I mean, it would be
I have a lot of little flame pieces. Maybe I will.
Remy, it may be around 25 pieces, which reminds me, our
new challenge.
Our challenge for this week is make a piece using 25 pieces or less. So the 25-piece challenge
plus a base plate.
Your base plate, a base plate that you use does not count against your piece count.
Yep. Whatever size.
And your but a minifigure counts as one piece, and
with
that is
no accessories.
That's no accessories. That's a hat or hair, head, arms, and I mean if it has a cape or whatever, we can include the cape because it's a cape. But yeah, so those are the rules.
Is that the accessory rule? Capes don't count. I like that one. Capes don't count.
So yeah, I got this weird like Beatles thing going on with my hair.
Yeah, you need a beret.
I do need a beret. I don't know where my berets are though. I've
somewhere between Bieber and Beatles.
Oh gosh, no! Don't say that. I won't even show you what my hair looks like when I push it all forward because it's terribly embarrassing.
Cousin It.
It is. It's awful.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, today is so exciting. We've got our headphones ready.
The janitor's mop is an extra piece. Then yes, Brickanista, and technically, I believe the janitor's mop is 2 pieces because the mop head and the push part are separate pieces.
So even if it's an essential accessory for your character, that
still counts. Yeah, and it's 2. That is 2.
I think I'm gonna make something that moves.
Somebody's got their watch on who's not supposed to be wearing it.
Yeah, but look. This is the non-ticking watch. Ha-ha!
Oh!
So if there's ticking, it might just be Technic or something because...
Golly, I don't know.
I thought about that today. My fancy watch I can't wear.
Well, I guess you can.
Why am I playing with Technic, Flynn?
Yes, a minifigure counts as 1 piece. We're giving you that. Minifigure counts as 1 piece.
But a bushing, if you make a machine, a bushing counts as 1 piece as well. Oh. Tiny little bushing.
Yes.
Flynn,
let's be careful about banging the table, though. Cause,
I'll be gentle. Flynn, why am I playing with Technic this morning? Like Gears.
Oh, you're playing with... Nice segue.
Nice segue.
Just to give you a heads up on what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to be doing a sort of Gears 101 how-to show.
Gears, axles, bushings.
Yeah, if you've ever been interested in gears and you want like a kind of a basic rundown of how they work and what you might you might be able to utilize that to make your mocks move. As we always say, it's a beginner class, and it kind of usually delves into intermediate there, just because that's how we are.
This will be like the way that I like my physics, right? I love studying or reading about astrophysics and string theory and all that stuff, but I don't want to be bothered with the math. I just want to be entertained, and I want to get to where I want to go, right? So with these gears, we're going to talk about it without the math, right? Just here's how to put some together and make something move.
All right.
Don't you think? Because we can do math in a deeper dive.
Yeah, definitely.
In another one.
So that'll be tomorrow, 10 a.m. We'll be doing our gears, beginner gears class. We still haven't figured out what we're going to call it, but
something like that.
Something like that.
Like the magic show we saw last night with a super original name.
Oh, yes. We went to our friend, I know we talked about this last time, but we went to our friend Brad's magic show last night, and our... Virtually. And Minifig Chick and Paint Pusher also attended, and we had such a great time. So I need to give a bigger heads up the next time it happens, because we may be doing an appearance.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
We may be doing an appearance of some kind on Brad's show, so we'll see. That could be fun if we do.
We like magic.
So
today we have guests, and some of them are waiting to talk
some
with
of them
us,
are
right?
some of them are waiting. So if we have our other guests, I see some of you are in the chat. If you want to go ahead and make your way over to the green room,
bring
and
it
I'm
all
gonna
on together.
get everybody on at the same time would be super awesome. So, golly.
What's going on? We're not doing Disney pins. Do we have stickers are going to be in a little bit? Too.
Stickers are going to be in a little bit. How about this?
These are cool.
So yeah, before we get started, so we did this this thing about lights last week,
the how-to,
and then also before that we did the one that we're going to be doing again today, the lights how to light your mocks.
Yeah. Well, we talked with Rob Hendricks afterwards, right?
Right, we talked with Rob Hendricks afterwards, who owns Life Lights, and we told you that there is a code that you can use on the Life Lights site. That's just for our audience, and the code is Tricky, all in caps. But the trick is that you have to be signed into the website for that to work. So you actually need to create a login on Life Lights, and then you can get the discount. I know a couple people said it wasn't working, and Rob said it was working. And...
I don't think they'll spam you, but they do want to know who you are.
Right.
And then and he turned off the little click box that says you can only use it once. So if you buy a few and you're like, oh, this is a great idea, you can go back.
Yeah, so it was only going to work one time, but he turned that feature off. So now you can use the code as many times as you want. If you get the beginner kit and you're like, wow, I really like this. So, and that's going to be, wow, everything's really...
I know. Well, we're raised up. We have the ergonomic keyboard here, so it's more topsy-turvy.
But we're going to be doing that's good until November 1st. So you have a whole still month or so to take care of that.
And we don't have any business relationship with Life Lights. We just like their stuff, and he's super nice. He sent us, just because he's a nice guy, he sent us these night lights. It's got a
I believe this is a new
sensor.
Product, right?
I think it is. Yeah. I think it's got the sensor and an LED there, and then this plate with studs, so you can put all your trans pieces or make a little scene.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I want to get that going.
Maybe we'll make something and turn it on. And we needed a nightlight. We're using a Christmas bubble nightlight in the bathroom, and it's just not the right season.
Wait a minute, is it a whole month? November is 3 months away. Oh, you're right. Time is meaningless.
Oh my goodness, where did you think we were at Halloween already?
I think so. Oh yeah, so just to show you, they do come in two different shapes. There's a rectangular one, and then a sort of more, what do you call that? Like a quarter of a circle?
Like a chevron shape or something, I'm not sure.
Anyway, so there you go.
A polygon. It's a polygon, Flynn.
Is it September 1st or November 1st? Now I can't remember.
Well, why don't we say September to be safe, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, I would say use it soon. Anywho.
But at any rate...
It's always Halloween. You're right, Holly. So that...
Just to remember.
Maybe that's what we need to do for mail time. We do an animation of the...
We could do a Fabuland mail truck.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
That would be so fun.
Okay, so still waiting for a couple of folks to show up in the waiting room. Oh, no, it looks like there's more. I forgot you can only see 3. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody on. So, everybody, the reason we are here today is to appreciate some of our Patreon subscribers who... these are some of the people who help
support the show, right?
Yeah, they've helped support the show. Some of these people have been around from the very beginning. Actually, most of these people have been around from the very beginning. And they are responsible for helping keeping the show going, along with all of your generous help with super chats and everything that you've done to send us viewer mail and all that. But
all of that allows us to share more stuff with you, keeps us in software that can keep things going.
Exactly, and of course we appreciate all of our Patreon subscribers. And in some of the higher tier subscriber bases, there are one of the perks that you get is an appearance on the show. And so I talked to everybody, and I was going to have them all on individually. Yeah. And all of them were like, no, I don't want to be on by myself. Spotlight. Please put me on with other people. Yeah. And they all wanted to do a Sunday. So it kind of worked out. Here we are.
Yeah, so we get to meet them and see the stuff they're interested in.
Yeah, so I'm going to let everybody in, and then we will do a round of introductions and all that good stuff. And I think it's time for our...
Oh, I'll put my headphones on. Let's see if I can untangle them quickly enough. Haha.
I know, I hope so.
Right, I've gotten spoiled by my Bluetooth ones. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Hello, hello.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy.
Should we all do a mic test? Because we're bound to spend 10 minutes troubleshooting that.
Yeah, why don't we just go ahead and we're going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves, say hello, and then that way that can sort of serve as our test. Thanks, Walker, our friend Walker, liking the stream over on Facebook.
Hi, Walker.
Thank you so much. So why don't we start? Well, this person needs no introduction. And our friend Denise Delaney is here. Sorry. How's it going on Facebook? Building the Lego treehouse today. Awesome. An awesome model. Awesome Lego ideas set. So, again, this first person needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. Moto, why don't you say hello?
Hello.
Okay.
I'm Moto. I built things. Sometimes they're good.
Awesome.
There's Moto in his iconic build room.
Yes, Moto's iconic build room with his iconic wolf head in the background. Very good, Moto. Good to see you. Next, we have a new face who we haven't seen on the show before, Miss Tap Cat. Hi, Cat. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hi, good
We're
morning.
good.
Great.
We're good. So glad to see you. We actually, we'll talk a little bit later about how we met, and then So
what fun art on the wall behind you,
Thank
too.
you.
Yes, love all the Animal Crossing stuff. So next up we have Kim, aka Zarkino. Kim is here. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
How's it going?
Doing good.
Doing good. See, we got so many people been here for so long. It's amazing to see all of these. Just what a great community that's built up around, and all these great people. And next is the infamous, the notorious, even Master Punster. Sorry, Moto. I think Shane has overtaken you in the pun department. Everybody, it's Shane Lafan. Hey, Shane.
Good morning, Shane.
Hi, Shane.
I'm Shane. I make puns. I think that's the only thing I do.
I don't think that's true.
You build cool stuff, too.
I build Lego sometimes.
You
I
build.
mostly just think about puns all day.
And then next, again, a person who needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway. We have Holly. Hi, Holly.
Hi, everyone.
How's it going?
All good.
Good.
Always special guest star.
So I'm sure, as all of you probably know at this point, that if you want to be able to see the chat, you'll have to be like logged into into YouTube on another device. But I see most of you in the chat, so figure that's you already know about that. So Brickanista says, Shane, your mic is a little bit low, so maybe I don't know. Trying to adjust. You know how it is. Different mics, different adjustments, whatever. We will.
It's almost like we're all in different places, even though we're hanging out together.
Right.
Well, I'm so curious. I have to ask, Kat, what is the art behind you? Can you tell me about that?
So those are all different mocks that I made. So I'm still fairly new to being in the Lego community. Been around for about a year. And so my husband and I, the first two I did, let me move out of the way a little bit, were these two. So we both play, my husband and I both stream on Twitch. He's a cooking streamer, and then I do Lego building.
Oh, fun.
But on his channel, we've been playing the Danganronpa series, which is fantastic. And so there's kind of some pixel art in there. So I was like, oh, that'd be fun to recreate those. And then I got into Animal Crossing, and so that's where the other two came in. So those are both two that I designed myself through Studio and then built them on stream. So starting to wade my toes into mock building a little bit, and the mosaics have seemed like a little bit of an easier way to kind of get in there. That's not too overwhelming yet.
Well, they're bold and fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually a really good, I think a really good entry point for Lego is mosaics. We did a mosaic challenge on the stream, and a lot of people, I think, who hadn't done any building before did that as well. Like, really enjoyed that one. So
well, it gets people used to mixing colors in bricks,
right,
which is so different than in paint.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, awesome. So let's see, what have we got? We actually have
Let's go back to gallery view.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the new subscription The person who just subscribed. Thank you so much. Redo, I believe it was. Red Zero, maybe. I never read the names the way that they're supposed to be. I know
it's a forever battle.
Well,
Yeah.
we had this idea that, we talk so much every day that people really have gotten to know us a lot, and I'd love it if we could get to know all of you better. And so we might ask a couple of the same questions. One of the things we were wondering is, how did you get into Lego?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, Kat, you've already touched on this a little bit, right?
Sure. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed Lego as a kid. I'll be honest, I played a little bit more with Connects than Lego. I know, blasphemy.
They're building toys. That's awesome. They're building toys.
So I have a brother who's 10 years younger than me, and so he would usually get Lego sets, so I would help him build, but we did a lot more with the Lego video games in my family, and we just had a blast playing those together. And so then I actually, like I kind of mentioned, I got into Lego through Twitch. So I think my husband had been on Twitch for about 6 months, and then I kind of decided, I think I'm going to try streaming too. And so the first game I played was the Lego Harry Potter game. And not long after this, I just graduated from physical therapy school. I just started my first job at a school, and the Hogwarts Castle came out. I was like, you can't buy that right off the bat. Like, save up a little bit. And so basically my chat kind of peer pressured me into getting the Hogwarts Castle, which really wasn't much pressure at all since I had already wanted to get it. And so for Harry's birthday, I decided, it'd be fun to start building the castle on stream for his birthday. And so initially I started out as a gaming channel that did a little bit of Lego, but I just had so much fun with it that I basically flip-flopped that now I primarily do Lego building with a little bit of gaming. So mostly I'm doing produced sets, but like I mentioned, I've started to do a little bit more with playing around in studio, doing some of my own designs. So now I've been streaming on Twitch. I just hit, I think, my year mark last month.
Oh, cool. Happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then Bricks Cascade was my first big convention that I got to go to, and I just had an absolute blast. So I tried to go to BrickCon, but I had a PT work thing that same weekend. And so then Portland's not too far away. I'm in Southwest Washington. So it's just, a little bit of a drive down to Portland. And I just had a wonderful, wonderful time. It was so much fun.
We loved it too. Bricks Cascade was a blast.
And that's where we met you.
That is where we met.
And surprisingly, not in a long line of people.
Yeah.
we actually got to talk to you like for real, which was really
it was
fun.
So awesome.
It was really a lot of fun. Cool. Well, let's see. I want to pose that question. And Holly and Moto, I know you won't mind if I save you towards the end because I know a lot of people, we've talked about this before. So we'll hit up then and we'll do that. So, all right. So now. Sorry, Kim, I know that you, so we met you via Crystal.
Yeah.
On Crystal's stream.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right.
That's where we first talked, yes.
So so tell us a little bit about how do you know Crystal? And then sort of what was your entry, what was your gateway into Lego? How did you discover the hobby?
All right, so I met Crystal, I cosplay, and so that time I met her at a convention in 2015. So we've known each other for a while, and we actually go to 2 conventions a year where we both go to that convention, so we usually see each other at least twice a year. And she was streaming on Twitch, and she was streaming Lego builds. And she was building the Steamboat Willie set, and I was like, that looks really cool, so I bought it. And then it sat there for a year. I didn't build it for a year. I got intimidated. But my history with Lego is a little bit longer than that. I built my first big Lego set in February of this year. But before that, I'd watched the Lego Brickumentary way back. I don't even know when. I don't know why. I just watched it. I thought it was interesting. I was amazed by it. I was like, I can't do that, so I'll just watch it. Then I have a little girl, and when she was 3, I went ahead and bought her a Lego set. So I let her and build it, and I helped. And I was like, yeah, that's actually kind of fun. Maybe I should buy myself a set and build it. And then I finally started building sets in February. And as you can see, I've got quite a few.
Wow, just since February.
And that's not all of them. There's more.
Right, and I know too that you've recently started making your own models because you've been doing our challenges, right?
Yes, that's all I've been doing is the challenges, because I do have fairly limited bricks because I'm not willing to tear apart my sets yet.
Yeah.
I haven't reached that point yet. But I also do Twitch streams for the sets, and I do that every Wednesday.
Oh, awesome!
Fun.
All right, and when a little bit later we will all talk about where we can all find each other, and maybe Moto and Minifig Chick can help us get those links into the chat for people. But we'll also be posting them on our website and on the description of the video. Awesome! Thanks, Kim. We will be back around.
Yeah, I want to talk about that when we come back. I'd love to talk with you about that model on the lower left on your table.
Yeah, that's the one we're working on right now.
All right, so Shane is, I know, very new to all of this. So why don't you tell us, like, what's your gateway into the hobby, and what is your, like, what do you build in general when you do build?
All right, so I grew up playing with Lego. I had like a little Lego table in my room, and just had like a bag of bricks, and would, I guess I didn't know they were mocks when I was growing up, but I built a lot of mocks and things when I was a kid, and then bought like little Star Wars like sets and stuff. But then like sort of around middle school, high school, I sort of like fell out of the hobby, and I just thought, oh, that was just like a childhood, toy or whatever. And
like we do.
I didn't realize that, right? I didn't realize it was like there was this big AFOL community. And anyway, sort of my interest in Lego sort of like started coming back, like as like they started releasing the Lego movies. I didn't start building again, but I've sort of been thinking about getting back into Lego for the last few years because of those movies. And then this year there was this little TV show. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Lego Masters.
Oh yeah,
I heard something vaguely about that.
Yeah, that got pretty popular, and so that really inspired me and my roommate actually to go buy a big Lego set from the Lego store here in Nashville, and we got the diner set.
Oh, cool!
And it was like right at the beginning of like quarantine stuff started happening, so we were like, oh, we need to get some stuff to like entertain ourselves at home. And then like we were watching the show, and then you guys started doing your Instagram live, so I started watching that, and then that sort of like pushed me to keep building. And then you switch over to YouTube. So you switch over to YouTube and started doing the build challenges, and that has really inspired me to build, at least once every week. I mean, I have a few like sets like that I get here and there, but I mostly just do the mocks for the challenges because I'm like also working and I'm also in grad school right now, so I don't have like a whole lot of time to just like build at the moment. But the mocks really give me like moments to like sit down and just like focus on something else. So I really appreciate that too.
I'm so glad. That's like the best. That makes my day. I love that not only Lego Masters, but also our show encourages people to build.
Yeah, so it's basically all your fault, guys.
It really is. And then now, like, now we have the like offshoot like Tricky Lug After Dark show that Music and I do on Tuesday nights now. So that's fun.
That's so great.
I really appreciate having some of the Tricky Lug there just to like relax and just talk about whatever. It's really nice.
Exactly, a fun place to hang out.
So yes,
we had a great time.
Yeah, I think you may be because that's right. You were watching in the Instagram days, so you may be one of the people who's been with us the very longest. Well, you definitely have been if you've been since Instagram days.
That was the first
awesome.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, wow, that was we did the first 2 weeks. That's back when we thought like we had to do 7 days a week.
Well, we did 7 days a week for months.
We did 7 days a week for a really long time.
Look, I love watching the live stream, but I was sort of semi glad that you guys were cutting back because I have like massive FOMO, so like I hate missing anything.
Yeah, same. I kept trying to convince them to cut it back. I was like, oh, you guys are. I'm worried you guys are going to get burnt out, but yeah, same thing. It was really like, I can't tune in every day. You got to cut it back just so I can be there.
It was good advice. We've gotten other projects done now.
Yeah, well, and then this last time going down to 4 days a week, I think is really, I feel like
that's
now I can make a real schedule and get more things done and, pay attention to like the 25 different social media things that we have to keep up with. And of course now the website, which Shane has been instrumental in helping get going and
major enabler.
I'm still
it's great. It's so fun, I think, to have, and we've had fun posting the ridiculous pop culture things to it.
Yeah.
It's just fun to have a hub for all of the different things we're doing.
Well, I'm still getting into the groove of how the blog posts are going to go, but generally I try to post at least one or two things that we talked about and then a link to the actual video of the thing. And now on Fridays I'm posting up the slideshow, or actually a gallery of all of the entries from the build challenges.
Yeah, so we're like building up a museum.
And last time, I can't believe it actually happened, but last time I got the gallery up for the slideshow about a half an hour after the stream ended. I don't know how that worked, but I did manage it.
Tricky.
So you can definitely check it out at TrickyBricks.com. So if you missed out on the slideshow, or you want to see like a closer up look, or you want to point your friends to go, hey, look, my stuff's on a website, you can point your way to you can point them over there, and each one is listed out. So.
Well, we may have a way to get to the all the how-tos together and stuff like that too.
Yeah, we're trying. It's organizing as we go. So yeah. So actually, let's talk to Moto and Holly first, and then we will do that.
Because actually, I don't think we've asked either of you that question, like how did you get into Lego?
I think we did, but we're gonna hear again from Holly. Holly, tell us all about what
happened to you.
I know, look at behind you. What led to all of this?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of funny. I love like hearing the stories from the newcomers that are so innocent and fresh and have no idea what's in store for them.
Because there's a known trajectory, right? I saw this on the web.
It gets out of control so fast. So kind of a mishmash of some of the other from what Kat and Cam were saying. Actually, I got into it a little bit around college, I guess. Like obviously, I mean, I played with it a little bit as a kid, but I only ever got maybe 1 or 2 sets a year, and usually I would have to save my own money for them because my parents just didn't think that I would. They just didn't think it was a toy that I would play with for a long period of time, and for them it was just so expensive. My mom was reluctant to spend that kind of money on the toy. So, it was like it's almost like a test. It's like, well, if you really want it that bad, you'll save your own money to buy it. And so I would
showed them.
I did, yeah. I would just do all the chores and save my money and then go buy my own set and like, got you. But I do remember, the funny thing is I do remember telling my mom at one point that like when I grow up, I'm gonna buy all the Lego I want. So I blame her. She created the complex, I think, by depriving me, right? But same as what Shane was saying, about middle school, high school is when I kind of lost interest and got into other things and wasn't into toys anymore. And then it was around college that I started getting into visual effects and 3D animation and decided that I wanted to make movies. And so that interest carried over into, merchandising, I guess, like toys that they make from the movies, or like Star Wars toys and things like that. I started getting interested in that again. And I don't know if part of it was just like, I could sort of justify it as like reference material, But yeah, yes. And I was learning like 3D modeling. And so I don't know if, part of that just carried over into the interest of like making model kits or something like that. But I gravitated back over to the Lego sets. The Star Wars Lego sets hadn't been out too long. I think those came about in like mid to late 90s, and I was in college in early 2000s. So they were relatively fresh. And I think that's what piqued my interest, was like, oh, that's a really cool, spaceship. And I just wanted that cool, like, Lego spaceship. It was just a fun thing to do. Same thing, I'd buy like 1 or 2 sets, a year. And then there were like Batman sets, and all of a sudden I had to have, a few Batman sets. And then every year it was just more and more until I had kids. And then once I had kids, it's like, oh, well, now I got to buy Lego sets for them. Even though they were like 2, I was like, oh, but they're going to want to play with this eventually. And I just started like stockpiling and buying stuff secondhand, because there's that sense of urgency with Lego sets that they're only going to be around for so long, that's kind of how they get you. You're like, well, it's not going to be around next year or the year after, who knows how long this is. So anyway, I just essentially started hoarding and have been doing so ever since.
Well, I know I've said this before, I think the difference between collecting and hoarding is organization. That's right. As long as you can pretend that it's organized, it's not a hoard.
Totally. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and yours is very organized. I was actually surprised they weren't in alphabetical order, but that's a whole nother thing.
You know what? If they would make the boxes a consistent size, they would be. It's more like playing Tetris, though.
Yeah. So, and I just realized now we've discussed this with everyone else, but so is how we met them, or how we, came across them the first time. So with Holly was at Bricks by the Bay. The year that we did Snake Queen. So I guess that would be 2018.
Yep.
And
you had the table right across from ours, right?
No, that was Bricks LA.
Was that the second time?
Yeah, that was the second time.
Oh, yeah.
So the first time we happened to, and I don't even remember exactly the moment at which that happened, but I think, we saw the Coraline house and we were super into that. And then we ended up talking, and it was like one of those, like, you just met a long lost relative type of thing. So
kindred spirit.
We got on really well, and then we did a little bit of communication, but then we went to Bricks LA, and we were directly across, and we ended up doing like exchanging of batteries and motors and information and apologies about her having to listen to our soundtrack nonstop for 2 days.
Oh my goodness!
And me carnival barking out in the front. But yeah, so that's how we met Holly, and then we went to Bricks Cascade and got to hang out even more, which was great.
Which I had been trying. I had been trying to pull you guys up here ever since we met in 2018. So, and I even told them, because it was really cute, actually. I remember exactly. Well, I think you came by. I can't remember if I met over at your display, or if you met at mine.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I think there was an initial kind of. I think you might have come over to say, because I think we both. That's the funny thing, is we both were kind of staying put, because you were, you guys were constantly doing your like presentation, and then I was over there doing the ideas pitching. But I think at one point you came over and expressed that you were like a big Leica fan. And, I kind of went through and showed you the house and everything. But it wasn't until later, when we were over in the vendor area, like sifting for parts. And we started talking again.
That's
and
right.
It was like a good, like 15 minutes into the conversation that something I said keyed you in to me working at Leica, which you didn't know previously, and then you were basically trying to like not fanboy,
right?
Because I didn't know like how big of a Leica fan you were until you had said something about like Paranorman being your favorite movie or something like that, and I was like, oh, how funny, like and anyway, and then you were so I think pretty soon after that I was like, well, if you ever come up to Portland, I'll try to give you a studio tour or something, and so it wasn't until 2 years later that you guys actually finally made it up here.
And thanks to Lego Masters, that was really,
Exactly.
I mean, that's what gave us the ability to be able to travel and do that kind of stuff.
What a roundabout.
I know, right?
Hey.
It's crazy. Awesome. Thanks, Holly.
Sure.
So Moto, let's hear about your let's hear about your entry into now what is an obsession and an amazing life of building for you.
Like a Marvel backstory we're about to hear.
Yeah, there's not much to it. I built Lego in the 80s and gave it up around 13, I believe. I still have, my brother and I made a pact to never break apart my first super mock called Mike's Spaceship. So that is still together somewhere in that storage area over there. I'll have to pull it out sometime. But since then, I got back into Lego through my tiny art director, or small art director now, he's bigger. So uncle brother sent him a set for, I believe it was the holidays or his birthday, and basically fell back into it. Shortly around that time, in order to save money, I started to buy Lego sets at thrift stores, and one of the first ones I came across was the very first Lego set that I can remember, which was a fireboat with a weight that you could actually float around in the tub. And once that hit, I got into it pretty hardcore. So I've been doing this for about 4.5 years, and the first year was just restoring sets from thrift stores, and that's how I got into Bricklink, because not all the pieces are always in the donation, but I would tumble them out and try to reconstitute the ones I could figure out. Anything that was, I'd say 300 pieces or more, the smaller ones aren't worth spending the time to try to put back together. But in about a year, I think I hit about 200 sets, and then I knew I had a problem. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It was 200, 220. And about that time, my brother said, you used to make these great spaceships on your own. You should try making a spaceship. And that's when I made my first mock, and it was a good way to slow me down from just, running out of room with all the sets I had put together for my son and I to play with.
Did you build a barn for them?
No, I have a barn. Yeah. So they're not in the barn because it's too hot. I'm worried the plastic would warp. But yeah, I live on a property that has a pole barn with what was a horse stall and a chicken coop, and then a large. The garage area housed these large track vehicles for exploring the Front Range. They gave photo tours. But by today's standards, it'd be a 3 or 4 car garage because it's so massive. But the doors are sealed up. It was used as a machine shop. So I started putting storage in a carriage house attached to the house, but now I've moved everything out to that large garage area. Yeah.
And then when you outgrow that,
the carriage house,
you could just air condition the barn, right?
No, it's not sealed up. It would just
no.
Would just go right
I'm just being ridiculous. I bet you have plenty of
of
room for your collection.
But no, I continue to restore sets off and on as I fall in love with certain ones that tumble out. So I think I'm hit. Brick set last time I checked, that's maybe shy of 350 at this point. But I sold some and give some away. But I currently have about 350 sets kind of reconstructed. It's just a great lesson in the techniques that have occurred since, let's say, most of the sets span from Star Wars, it was like 99, I think, all the way through. My last batch that I bought, it looks like some of that stuff is really recent because it has some recent elements in it. It's probably 2018, 2017.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Moto.
And
it is, Shane is Shane, and I see Kim's cat is already around. It is that time, my friends. It is... All right, everybody, it's Logan Cookie time. Everybody's got their various... Oh, there he is.
Hi, buddy. Hi. You want one?
Are you feeding your animals on Animal Crossing, Shane? I love it.
That's a good catch.
Yay! I love group Logan Cookie time. This makes me so happy.
Right at the camera. Oh, he wants a cookie.
He refused to eat the treats out of my hand.
I'm prepared.
What a good boy. I think you want one last one.
Of course he does.
Okay.
It's Skittles. Yay!
Good boy.
Oh, Skittles.
Clicky.
Oh, he's
it's
done.
Clicky cookie time.
And Porg cookie time.
In Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing cookie time. Oh my gosh, this is great.
I'll just leave Skittles on camera for the rest of the episode. Nobody will mind.
And Kim, what's your cat's name?
His name's Jonesy.
Oh,
Like
Jonesy.
the cat from Alien.
Jonesy.
Oh, right.
Awesome. And yes, everybody, that was our Sunday group. And I think a first, we have a first on Animal Crossing cookie time.
Okay, hold that up
happening.
super
I have a new
close,
villager.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see what
Shane
New
has.
villager.
Whoops.
Sorry, I'm
Here,
trying
we're
to
gonna
get you on the big
spotlight you,
screen.
Shane.
Here we go. Spotlight video. You have a new villager.
Ooh, Audie.
Nice. Very cool. Hooray! Logan cookie time.
That was a very special Logan.
Dog slobber on my grill table now.
All right. That was one of the best ones yet. That was, although I don't know, when we did the Mother's Day special and
I was gonna say the bearded dragon.
yeah, Megan Rothrock brought her bearded dragon. That was pretty epic, I gotta say. So, all right.
Well,
So now we're gonna talk about. We'll just kind of go around. And, oh yeah,
Yeah, we have some features.
we
some
forgot our
other ones
features
as
have
well.
gotten pushed back a little bit. But if anybody's got Disney pins, I'm gonna. I'm wearing Ursula today with Flotsam and Jetsam.
Nice.
She's kind of awesome. I love her.
I like that one.
One of my
And
favorite.
I'm R2D2. As in the
R2D2
egg.
That's one
for
of your
some
favorite
reason.
ones.
Yeah, I
yes.
love this one. I'm feeling Dr. Sciencey today.
Anybody else?
I got one.
All right, Holly. Oh,
Ooh,
it's Skull Rock from
cool.
Peter Pan. Very
Very
nice. Very nice. Anybody else pins? Nope.
Mhm.
Okay, no problem.
Here,
I
I'm
always
gonna
just like
put
to
mine on.
do that. But also we have. Oops. It's also time for. Sticker set show and tell. I know we're doing all of these at once.
I know, it's all like out of order. Who knows?
Actually ready today.
Crazy day.
So technically, this is viewer mail. Whoops! Hi there, Holly. Technically, this is viewer mail, and also sticker time.
Yeah, in one.
So this came in the mail
Here,
yesterday.
so this thing can deliver
I
it.
have to say we're very excited about it.
What do you have?
She's upside
Is there-
down. We got this awesome sticker set from Shane. So Shane's friend makes amazing stickers, and she did. I don't know if you saw when we showed the Baby Yoda sticker
On our laptop here.
that he gave us for, but he had his friend make us Logan, like these really cute kawaii Logan stickers. So here is our amazing Logan stickers with his little tongue
Cute.
sticking out and the little Lego bricks around him. And I love that he has little pink rosy cheeks.
I know, he's very
Makes me really
cheerful.
happy. So yeah, we have a whole. So thank you, Shane, and thank you
Thanks,
to
Shane, that's
your
awesome.
friend who made these. These are so awesome. We love them.
She's selling those for anyone who's interested.
Oh, she's selling those. Awesome. Yeah, we'll put that up in the chat. I'm not sure if you can get that message to either Minifig Chick or Moto. They can put that link in the chat for you, Shane. Awesome. Thank you,
Oh,
Deneen,
thanks,
for liking
Deneen.
the stream. Awesome. So, okay. So, does anybody else have stickers that they would like to share? Okay, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Okay, so it's not technically a sticker, it's a printed brick.
Oh, that's fine. We do that
That's
too.
fine, no problem.
But I found this, it's in the treehouse, and it's a ship in a bottle.
Oh, it's the ship in the bottle.
Whoa.
It's not going to focus, but
Yes, no, yeah.
Oh, it did for a moment there.
It did for a second.
yeah.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. I'm sorry Clicky isn't here to help right now. But that's
Oh,
so
it's
funny.
okay, I've got click at.
Oh, yay, quick cat. So what's that's great, and actually that piece is originally from the Monster Fighters Haunted House.
Yep.
And so how cool that they brought it back this many years later to use in the treehouse, because when we were putting together, that was one of the first things we ever put together, and I think that was on Instagram. I don't think it was on this show.
What, the Monster
Fighters Haunted House?
Of course we would pick that first.
And
right?
then, and then we found that piece, and I was so excited about it. It was a really, really good one. My new favorite piece.
I was streaming while I was building that, and I was like, what is this? Oh my gosh.
I know you have to look so close.
I was about to say, because that was the first one I built on stream, was Ship in the Bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jake's
cool.
piece, which is amazing.
Yeah.
We just had Jake on last week or the week before. Was it last week already? Again, time is meaningless.
I know, it's very...
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Anybody else with stickers?
I'm almost thinking that Jake Sadovich needs one of those with every single sig fig.
Yes.
Oh,
with the little ship in the bottle.
With the tiny...
That would get expensive.
I was going to say, that won't be expensive at all. All right, it looks like Shane has got something for us. Shane, what have you got?
I just have the sticker set from the Wonder Woman 84 set.
What's this from? The Wonder Woman one?
Wonder Woman 80, yeah.
Oh, I love those banks of TV screens. Are awesome. Oh,
I would show off the Wonder Woman set, but I recently took it apart because it's just too good for parts.
Yeah,
that sticker set is great.
That is awesome.
I have a question, Shane. Just a thought on those stickers. The fuzzy line stickers, is it the same pattern if you turn it upside down? Like, yeah, okay, hold it there for a second. Okay, now flip it over. No, it isn't. Okay, so my son's been taking an animation camp this week, and so my brain is like in animation mode now. That would be a really cool thing. Like, you could use those for animating. If you either had them on different, like you could put all those stickers on different pieces, and you flip them over, and it's gonna look like the lines are like.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. And I actually taught some days on that camp. Surprisingly, that was a lot of fun, actually.
Now you know how ridiculous my son is.
If
you didn't know already.
Well, animation takes a lot of focus and patience.
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's addicted too, man. He definitely caught the bug.
Right on.
Nonstop.
Anybody else with stickers? Oh, Holly. Holly's got stickers.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me look at the set number. It's set 72004. That would be Nexo Nights. And here's the sticker sheet. It's like got the gold and blue, which is always a great.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Lots of cool little details.
That would work really well on other mocks too, because it doesn't have words on it and all.
Very cool.
Like that one.
Nice.
I keep finding more and more Nexo Night stuff that I like. I never have really followed the theme, but there's lots of cool pieces.
Well, it was pretty short-lived, I think, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my post where I was comparing Monkey Kid to Nexo Nights. Like I kind of have the same reaction to it. Like when I first saw Nexo Nights when it was first released, I was just a little bit like taken aback by it. Like aesthetically, it's just a little too much, too much going on, and it takes a second. You have to sit there and look at it for a second to even know like what's happening. And I didn't like it. At first I really just thought it was just a hot mess. But my son was like 5-ish around that time, and every time we went to the store, he just zeroed right into the Nexo Night stuff, probably because of all the colors and stuff. But he would always like point out all the really cool parts. And then suddenly it was like really appealing. Oh, you're right, those are cool parts. So I started buying those sets for him, so we could share those parts.
That's awesome.
And I have the exact same reaction to Monkey Kid, where at first I'm just like, I don't really understand what's happening. It's really weird. Obviously I haven't seen the show, so I don't get the context, but it's just kind of odd. But then I kind of start seeing all the cool parts and colors and things. I'm like, I could get into it.
I mean, I really loved the Monkey King Warrior mech. Like, it's a great set, and like I enjoyed it, but it's very, I don't know, not fussy, but there's just like a lot. Like you were saying, there's a lot going on. It's like lots of little, and there's actually, I've cemented my love of Monkey Kid with this HQ, the Secret HQ boat. I am so in love with it. It is such a great model, and it's all like fat and stubby and like not like other Lego stuff. It's really, yeah, it is super the chonk. I mean, look at this thing.
You mean Chonky McBoatface?
Yes, Chonky McBoatface. Look at it.
That also doesn't really look Monkey Kid specific. Like that could almost be like a city set, you know?
Yeah. It could.
It's not quite as wacky.
Because I haven't put all the stickers on it yet, but and then when you open it up, it's got. Well, we'll be showing it on Monday, the completed model, so everybody will get a chance to see that. But any other stickers? Anybody? Oh, yay, Kat! All right, let's see what you got.
So I may not have a Disney pin, but I do have some Disney stickers.
Oh, awesome!
So I currently, right now on Twitch, I've been working on the Disney train station. So 71044.
Yes.
I picked it up last November, I think, for Black Friday because it was pretty discounted.
I'm so mad I didn't get that.
It's very, very fun so far. But I love like some of the little stickers that I've already got. Let's see if it'll focus. But I just love like there's so much detail.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
And so then those go in the train station. So there's a couple little posters of like trains. There's a little ticket sticker. So they just add a lot of little flair, which is just really fun. So, and it's been a great set to build so far. I built the whole engine and then I started the station.
Okay, so I noticed that there are stickers missing. Do you actually put stickers on live on camera?
I do.
Oh, you're so brave.
I do, and I don't. Yes. I know I've had people like kind of not exactly call me out for it, but I don't use a brick separator. I don't use Windex. I don't use soap. I just go for it. And so far, for sticker, I don't use any. I just go for it. And so far, I've had good luck with it. There've been a couple that I have like really messed up, but.
So one reason to use the brick separator, not just because it's easier to apply, but you also gotta be really careful about the oil.
Right.
And your fingers getting on the back of those stickers. That's another reason.
Right.
Well, how brave of you.
Yeah.
I felt like I couldn't apply it as well with the brick separator. It felt a little more clunky.
Yeah, well, the brick separator works really nicely with the Windex method to be able to like move things around, and also, you know.
But if your method works, like maybe you're a sticker prodigy.
I bow to you and your sticker bravery. So wow, I'm still terrified of stickers. I just did some yesterday on the Monkey Kid boat and was like, especially this one is the one I'm most nervous about, because I have found that the smaller they are, kind of the easier they are. But this giant thing.
Yeah, good luck.
That's got to go on this giant thing.
Oh
it better be perfect.
But I gotta say,
right. Some of those I still haven't applied.
But this piece is awesome. This gigantic like turquoise tile thing.
I love it.
It's so good. It's so good.
I think the hardest stickers I had to apply did the Trolls Pop kind of treehouse set, and there were like some curved stickers that didn't really have a good spot. Like, you know, usually you could say, okay, I need to line up with this corner, or even on some of the round pieces, they're at least smaller. But that one was a little bit of a nightmare to put the stickers on, just because there was no reference point.
Like no parallel side that you can match.
Well, and I know Moto had trouble with this one, and for some reason it went on super easy for me. But the nose of the Monkey King Warrior mech is tiny, and it goes on this like little slanted piece that you have to get it. And it was just a miracle that it went on like easily for me. But I know, look at me. I know a lot of people had trouble with that particular sticker. But oh my goodness. But I'm definitely going to be putting the stickers on the Monkey Kid Secret HQ, because that is one that I'm going to keep and display. It's just so. I just love it. It's so, like I was saying, it's like really fat, and it gives like it's like a toy, like an old toy that you put in your bathtub, right? Like just like the little toy boat, and it's really super fun. So now I am interested to know, have you got stickers or a printed piece?
This is a printed piece. I just pulled it out of a huge bulk
purchase. Oh, nice.
Oh, yes. Yes, that is from an Elves set, if I remember correctly.
There were 2 sets that these came in. There was always 2 in each set. But I'll go with 41195. And I had never seen this element before, but I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And I think you appreciate how I got it on the base plate too.
Oh, very nice. Coral.
There you go.
We had we went to the Baylug meeting, Bay Area Lego Users Group last night, and there were so many people saying coral. There was for some reason the coral pieces came up, and it's just a regular Zoom meeting that had nothing to do with the build and chat.
Yeah, but there were 3 or 4 people who were there. Naomi was there, and a couple of other people, and it was just, you could hear it in the background, like people, everybody would be muted, and you'd just hear coral like in the background, and I know everybody else was like, "What?"
How great is that combination though of that?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Of the coral with that. Yeah,
I'm a big.
That's like 80s Miami.
Yeah.
I expect Don Johnson to come rolling through and take my elements away from me.
I'm a big fan of the printed dishes. Like this one is
let's
really
put ours
good.
on a plate too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
Moto has good ideas.
This one is a favorite, and I use this. I use this in my Cinderella mech.
There we go. The portal.
Yeah, the little like the swirly magic portal.
So you know what? That was I actually have a few of those
need a
pieces.
plate.
Yep.
Because I was trying to use those when I was doing my Coraline build, and I was trying to put something back behind the door to look like a portal, and that was one of the pieces I had there for a minute.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So I wanna find out, because we always get the same. We get the same questions a lot just from like the general public, and they're the same questions that everybody wants to know. So we're gonna ask you some of these questions that we get often. So I mean, they're basics. I don't think you should have any trouble answering them. But so, what is your favorite Lego theme or themes? Like, do you have any? And that's whether they're old or new, or one you wish you had, or that you've seen before, or maybe if you don't have a lot of experience with themes, just something that you've seen that you liked. Moto.
Classic space.
All right.
Yeah. So my theme Astra is a combination of classic space and castle, the original yellow one. So if those two, if the fantasy side of castle and classic space kind of merged together and continued onward, that's what I'm a fan of.
Awesome. Kat.
Probably Harry Potter. I loved all the detail in the Hogwarts Castle especially, but I'll be honest, I am loving the new dots line. I just did a stream like a week or two ago, and we did like all the dots, like we did, this I guess was a mini mock. My chat told me for the jewelry box to do my island out of the dots pieces. So we did
it's so
the best
cute.
that we could. And then my husband's Twitch channel is the pineapple, so we did the pineapple.
That's awesome.
Oh, we have that. We haven't put it together yet.
They're so much fun, and I was surprised because chat was like, I love all the colors and like all the creativity, and I'm a big I also love all the sets now that have tons of colors. So like we get into Trolls and we get into Lego Movie 2 for all those bright pieces, and so the dots, there's just colors galore. So I'm really, really enjoying those sets.
That's awesome. I can't help it. Every time I hear Hogwarts Castle, like it hurts a little bit because somebody stole mine off our porch.
No.
It was a gift from a friend who was kind enough to send me theirs, and it got stolen off of our porch. So it's not like I can replace it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
it's an awesome set.
So I'm sorry if anybody says Hogwarts Castle, and I go, but it still stings. Anyway.
Oh man.
Kim. So Kim, what are your favorite themes or lines?
I love the elves. I don't have any elf sets. I wish I would have gotten them. I actually, before I got into Lego, had picked one up. It was in my hand, and I decided, no, I'm not going to get it. And I put it back on.
Don't you hate that? See, that's why you just don't hesitate. Just buy it.
Yeah.
It was when Toys R Us was closing. So everything was discounted. I should have done it, but I didn't.
Yeah, elves is and I'll say too, like if you are right now is the time to start buying up those hidden side sets. So if there's pieces, I have to say, like, while I wasn't the hugest fan of the line overall, great parts. I mean, those tree branches in medium azure alone were like worth the price of admission.
Well, the ghost bodies were cool.
The ghost bodies, there's lots of really great parts, but that is going away. So if you start seeing them on sale, it's time to snap those up. So, yeah.
Well, Moto and Kim, you've hit on my two favorites. Classic Space and Elves in that order are really like... I love all of the sort of Celtic curls and swirliness of elves.
Yeah. And
along with that great color palette with the purple and lime green.
Well, and they've got some parts now that are iconic, in my opinion, like the elves' fences with that great little design on it. And they look great sideways. Like we use those in Treasure of the Snake Queen in sand green for all of our window treatments sideways. And it gives such a great fantasy feeling. And I may be wrong about this, but wasn't Elves also responsible for that amazing curly Q piece that looks like a vine?
It was either Elves or Disney. I can't remember which one I saw it in first, because it was
I thought it was Elves, and then it moved over to Ninjago for the Ninjago movie as well. But it became pretty widespread, and then it was reused in gold and Disney, and it just went everywhere.
It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's so good. All right, Shane, let's hear it. What you got? What is your favorite theme or your favorite Lego line?
I guess I'm still trying to discover my Lego niche, but I recently built the Tokyo skyline.
Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
I really
That's right.
love doing that, but I think I'm gonna start getting into building those because it was really fun, and it sort of gave me I thought I would be into doing the big Lego Creator modular sets, but those kind of take a lot of time, and the Skyline set kind of gives me the same sort of thrill, I guess, but it's I don't know, you can display it a lot easier, and it doesn't take a lot of space, and I think they're really fun to build. So I think I'm going to get the San Francisco set next, and yeah, I don't know, maybe the Paris.
The Paris one?
I have the Berlin one that was a birthday present. The architecture sets were the ones that I was first excited about, and I think at that point they were all white, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. They've always been white and tan.
Yeah, Falling Water was tan.
Well, and
most of them are white.
Falling Water, I fell in love with.
And Shane, I understand you may now be having some experience with Friends sets.
Yes, I may.
Good. Oh wow!
I just got this awesome Friends Lighthouse set in the mail, courtesy of Flynn and Richard for helping out with the website, and I'm excited because of all the coral pieces.
Coral. And turquoise in there too.
Well, I gotta say,
turquoise.
I sold it pretty hard. Because I was like, oh, we really want to send you a set to say thank you for helping work on the website. He's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, what do you think of this? And he's like, I was going to ask for the San Francisco skyline, but I think that's really cool. And I was like, it's got 5 animals in it. It's got coral pieces, and it's got that little piece of fabric that when you put it in the water, it gets, he's like, okay, I'm sold. Yeah, it's a great.
I already have 5 or 6 mocks in mind that I'm going to make from that set. So
Shane, no one ever says no to free Lego. One simply does not say no to free Lego. Okay.
No, it was
quickly realized that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's got great because it's got a turtle and it's got 5 of the different animals. Maybe? It's a thing, and then it's got that little packet of coral colored sea animals. There's an octopus and a seahorse and little angelfish, and yeah, it's it's a pretty sweet set for parts, I gotta say.
I may have to wait until we get a chance for dare I say, con bulk or one of those kind of things where you could get a lot of the same piece, but I want to make a mesh or a screen of those turquoise coral, the turquoise coral pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The branchy ones. I think they'd make a great screen.
Yeah, those the phallus, the Lego phallus, I think they're called.
That's what it's called?
Those are really cool. Oh, so Kurt says, Flynn, check out Walmart. They have put Hidden Side sets on clearance. I gotta say, I have had zero luck in the Bay Area at Walmart. Like
Same in
they
Portland. Yeah.
they really like, I don't know what it is about, but everybody's like, oh my gosh, everything is on huge clearance. And I'm like, okay, I will brave a Walmart for Lego clearance. And then I get there, and not only are they all behind glass with locked doors, but there's like nothing on clearance, like absolutely
that's
zero.
The same experience here. There's never anything good, and then I'm just that much more angry that I had to go to Walmart.
Exactly.
You know, like at the time you park.
I can be your
like,
proxy.
So
I can be your proxy because I live in, whateverville, Colorado.
But then you gotta
All
ship
right,
it.
well, I'll talk.
Well,
We'll
yeah,
talk.
I know.
Yeah, so Alyssa says Elves has the best color palette. You are not. You are telling a huge truth. A huge truth. Absolutely, Elves is the best color palette, hands down.
Yeah, well, it's Disney villain colors, right?
Mhm.
Well, some of them
Basically.
are. Yeah, there's a lot of Disney villain colors,
Bad
and
guys are, yeah.
and they produced, in my opinion, some of the best mini dolls or actually no, the best mini dolls that exist.
Definitely.
With the exception of the angry-faced one from the superhero girls, but
And with the exception of the actual Disney villains.
yeah, the Disney villain ones.
I
yeah.
love the mini doll of Maleficent.
Oh,
Yes,
the mini doll
exactly.
Maleficent is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay, so Holly, we'll ask you now. What's your favorite? And you can't say Batman. You have to pick something else. You have to pick something else.
It's really hard. It's really hard for me. That's like trying to pick a favorite child, and honestly, I would have an easier time picking a favorite child.
Well, we're not going to ask that today.
So why don't you pick the same number of themes as you have children?
It's still too hard.
Oh, shoot, I almost had her.
Does Skittles count?
Yeah, Skittles counts.
Okay, I would have to go with the collectible minifigs. I consider that a theme. So,
Oh yeah,
sure,
absolutely.
of course it is.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so those are a point of pride, and a lot of bang for your buck. And then I'd say Lego ideas, naturally.
Yeah.
Just I guess maybe just for variety for both of those, you get something so different with each and every one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And they always like fill a gap too, like it's always like maybe they're not going to build a whole set around, I can't even think of like Medusa, or they should, but
Yes.
they're not going to. At least you get that like one Medusa figure,
Yeah.
Yep.
Third one's gonna be tough. If I can't say Batman, and because it's really actually not my favorite thing, it's just kind of my favorite minifig. Like I have a Batman minifig collection. It's kind of specific. And Monster Fighters is kind of up there, but it'd be between Monster Fighters and the like Creator Expert, like the Advanced Modulars. I'd have a tough time. picking
Oh,
one
yeah.
or the other. The Monster Fighters is nice because it's already like concluded, and it's like already a complete collection, whereas like the modulars are like ongoing.
Forever.
It's okay. We can take 4 because we'll include your husband now, so that's 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, is that one of the
Yeah.
clocks, Shane? That's awesome.
Yeah, mine's moving.
Cool.
Back there in that corner.
And so I just want to say, as Maraid mentions in the chat, I know we're talking about going out and going shopping and finding these at Walmart. Of course, be careful, as we always say.
Yeah.
Be super careful, wash your hands, wear your mask, all that good stuff, because going out and getting a cheap Lego set isn't worth,
Wear your mask properly. It goes over your nose.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 weeks
Apparently
ago,
some people
I
need
started.
that
Yeah,
PSA.
2 weeks ago, I started going to Walmart, and it wasn't safe, so we turned around and left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
now that the
hard.
state has mandated mask wearing, I'm hoping that it will be a better shot at it.
Well,
Sorry, I have to say, I know we're dogging Walmart a little bit, but I gotta say, for a lot of people, that is their place. A lot of people are not lucky enough to live next to a Lego store. Yeah, that's your source, and that's great.
well,
and
we got
I'm
Disney blind bags from them, right?
We did, and we're lucky that Lego stores aren't the. Oh, thank you, Sir
Yay,
Kenster,
Sir
for the
Kenster.
subscription. Thank you
Wow,
so much.
yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Target too. I like Target.
Yes,
Yeah,
Target
I shop
is
at
good.
Target a lot.
Although they don't seem to discount their stuff as deeply as I see people, but I see these people
they
going to Walmart and walking out with like a 3-foot long receipt, and it's all, like $1.98 for like these $10 and $12 sets. It's kind of amazing.
I actually found, I found the Frozen Elsa Palace, the $80 one for $20.
Oh, wow. That's been on my list for a long time.
Yeah, I bought it, and I think the Sparkle and Shine Spa was also on sale, but I don't remember how much it was.
That's a great set.
I love all the...
We just randomly came across this.
What?
What the heck? Baby
oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I gotta put this on the big screen because we all gotta look at it. Oh,
Mandalorian.
Yes. Very nice.
It was sitting in a random spot. My husband was grocery shopping. He tends to just kind of loop around and just check for clearance Lego, and he found that, and he was like, well, we're buying that.
Absolutely. That's so awesome. So, okay, here's another one that we get asked a lot is, what was your first Lego set? What was the first Lego set that you ever bought? And it can be when you were a kid or when you came into the hobby as an adult, whatever. Just what was your first set?
Flynn, I'm going to take a small break, and when I come back, I'll be able to show my first Lego set.
Okay, cool. Absolutely.
See you in a minute.
So, Kat, what was your first Lego set?
Technically the Harry Potter Quidditch. So I had bought that because my bachelorette party was loosely Harry Potter themed, and so I had it on display. And then my husband also got me the Quidditch set for Christmas I think the next year. But then the Hogwarts Castle was the first one that I purchased myself as an AFOL.
Just dove in deep.
Yeah, I just went for it. So.
Yeah, well, that's like my friend Johnny, who's in the chat, whose birthday it is today. He started watching our show and had never bought Lego before, and his first purchase was the haunted house with the new haunted house. He dove in feet first. That's awesome. How about you, Kim? Oh, it was Steamboat Willie, right?
Yes, it was Steamboat Willie, which is right there.
Yep.
And I actually bought that and BB-8 at the same time.
Okay.
And I built this one weekend, and I built this the next weekend.
Right.
Each was built in one sitting.
Wow. Very good. Very good. That's the way to do it.
You were hooked
right away. I stayed up to like 2 or 3 in the morning building Lego.
Well, how fun that your first set had movement, too.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Shane.
I was trying to remember the first set I got as a kid. I know I was like 5 or 6, and it involved like an astronaut or something, but I honestly can't remember. But the first set I got when I got back into Lego was the diner set, which I have right here. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, the diner. Very nice.
That's so cool.
Such a great set.
Oh, and that's got that turquoise in it.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun to build, but sort of intimidating for like being the first set to getting back into the hobby. So.
Well,
I didn't even realize. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, following those expert instructions, if you don't already have all those conventions in your head, that would be hard for a first set.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is sort of embarrassing, but we sort of, like, my roommate and I, when we were building it, we didn't realize the separator, like, what it was for. Because I know I think they talked about it on the show, too, but, like, it completely went over our heads. And so we built the set, and we were like kept wondering what this was going to be used for, and then we were like, it dawned on us like when we were getting here.
And I didn't even realize that those existed until I got the castle. And yeah, my chat mentioned, I'm like, I had no idea, like that would have saved my fingernails from so much.
Getting those. I used to, before I started using the separator, I used to use X-Acto blades, and then I realized I was scratching up the sides of all of my plates trying to get them off.
So, Holly, first set.
Well, it's going to go back a lot further for me. I'm not entirely sure. I know I'm actually looking at my brick set collection right now. And some of these sets that I had as a kid, I don't remember like which one. If we're talking about ones that we bought like ourselves, I had a few, like I said, I got a few for gifts. But as far as me like purchasing myself, I think one of the first ones I bought for myself was set 6071, which was Forestman's Crossing.
Oh, I know that one.
Adventure.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I just was obsessed with it because it had a little lady fig in there. With the bow and arrow and stuff, and I just thought she was badass. I had to have it.
Have you actually have you input your collection into Brickset?
I have all of it. Yeah, and I'm not gonna disclose what that looks like.
That's so cool that you did that.
Yeah, when I first started getting back into it, back in college, and I went home so that's part of like how I got back into it too. So I went back to visit my parents' house at some point while I was away for college, and my mom said something along the lines of she had found my stash of Lego bricks, and she was going to give them to, she was suggesting that we should give them to my 7-year-old nephew at that time. And I totally balked because I was like, I don't know if you recall, but I bought most of those. You're not allowed to give them away. So I pulled that bin out and promptly went through them and kind of started like some of them needed to be cleaned up because I still had a cargo 9-volt like cargo train in there that still had the batteries in it. So there was like some battery acid in there, and so I started kind of going through it all and taking it all out and cleaning it all up. And as I was going through all the pieces, you start to recognize like the little castle pieces and stuff, or like stuff from like a NASA space shuttle that I had, and I was like, oh, I remember that. And so then you start putting all, trying to part the sets back together. And I think that's when I discovered Brickset, because I had to go back and try to find like instructions and stuff.
Right.
And so then at that point, I was like starting to catalog them and like, oh yes, I own this set, and oh, this is that set. So, and that was like, that was early, like I said, early 2000s. So it was probably right around 2000 or 2001. So I've been cataloging ever since. I've been pretty steadfast about it.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Organized.
Something that is a word that I connect with Holly. Organized.
Holly's very organized.
Okay, so Moto, first set.
It's one of two. So I had a 1975 Learjet. It was set 455. I have the original box in the set somewhere, but I wasn't going to find it quickly. But the other one, and I don't know the number, this is that fireboat I was talking about.
Yay!
Whoa. Wow, Moto.
That's so cool.
Holly's freaking out.
That's wonderful.
Not the original. This is what I found in the thrift store. It's only missing one piece on top. And I have someone in a log gave me the replacement. I promptly lost it, so I'm gonna have to figure out where it went. But ooh,
it has such a fun toy quality to it.
It does, and I'm probably missing one of the weights. But this I just have fond memories of this thing floating around the bathtub. And there is a sticker that would span multiple elements, which is a big no-no in Lego these days. But back in the day, they had you span one of these. And that's why they would get water underneath and float off. But
wow,
this just brings back incredible memories for me. And yeah, it's got the old school OG look to everything.
Yeah.
Everything's the old gray. All the Technic is vintage, and I love it.
That's
like
so cool.
Transclear 1x1s for Windows.
Yeah, and the other great thing is if you look at the top of this. Okay, one's a replacement, okay? But if you look at the red one, the cylinders did not have an open hole for breathing.
Right.
Oh.
Yep.
Very interesting. I did not know that.
And the original one.
Oh, see, Holly's got probably a better, classier version of it.
Oh, I love that piece on the bottom, that crazy piece that sticks out.
So it's slightly different. I guess it's not exactly the same. They probably, Lego, they like to make like 20 helicopters and 100 different ships.
Yeah, mine definitely had the red back, not a black back. But yeah,
that is so cool.
Got the right sticker, and she's got both weights on hers.
Some of these other pieces, I just pulled it out of a bag. It was still sitting in a box from moving, so some of the pieces have kind of fallen off. But yeah, my husband actually picked this up in a thrift shop or something for me. So.
That's so cool. That's another thing. I never find Lego at thrift stores.
Well, you're just not in a great area for it. I just happen to, on my YouTube, I'm sorting 154 pounds of Lego.
Ugh.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I saw that all laid out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not even jealous. That's all you.
Yeah, we probably have that much. We probably have that much unsorted, which is.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
right?
It's painful.
Moto, I'm curious on that boat. I don't know if this is the case, but the Lego logo on the top of the studs on the top of the boat, does it have a border around it that's different?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
That looks different than what we see now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Samsonite. So Samsonite, you can determine the age of certain things. Like Samsonite's not ABS. It's acetate. And they're often crooked. But yes, these older bricks do have the Lego impression at the top has a circle around it, but also all the pip scars are on the sides of the brick. That's another way you can tell.
That's so cool.
They used to inject them differently as well. I've learned the age of bricks. So when I sort bricks, I turn the bricks upside down and I classify them by age as well, from like 60s through the 80s, and then the more modern stuff. So when I mock, I try to always burn through the modern stuff, because eventually I want to go back and restore sets to the proper time period, and so you have to turn each plate and brick over. And then when you get into wedges and the custom parts, I no longer have to turn them over. But the basic brick and the plates, I always turn them over to look if there's solid studs on the bottom or if they've got the little hole in them. And the cross members have changed over time. And if you research, you can figure out like when your brick was roughly manufactured, or your plate, just by looking at the undersides, as well as the scoring, because the lettering gets a lot finer as time gets on.
Oh yeah!
Wow, that is some. What is it?
That's a deep dive.
You talked
about
archaeological.
No, it's great.
I'm pretty hardcore though.
I know you are.
Would do that.
No.
What's that?
You talk about TrickyBricks being a certain kind of minifigure collector. What's it called? Where they're like original. And
he does custom purist.
Oh yeah, he's
purist.
A purist.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is you're
minifigs.
like purist with your collections because you're actually trying to reassemble them with authentic period bricks.
Yeah, with vintage stuff, that's true. Like Classic Space, I have all the Classic Space sets from the original 79, I want to say, or was it 78 or 77 through 1984.
That's so cool because the color palette
I turned
looks
everything
different
over
too.
and I restored each one, lovingly. But that's kind of where I was at. It's like it's not vintage. In fact, you can't say every brick is vintage in a way. I could have cheated, but it didn't feel right.
I'm kind of the same way.
Well, so
surprise, Holly's the same way.
I mean, if you've ever watched the show before, or watched Lego Masters, or ever heard us talk in any interview ever, then you know that our first set was the X-Men versus the Sentinel. That was like our return to the world of Lego.
Of Lego, yep.
But so here's a question, and some of you may already have yours, but you never know. So, if money was no object, what would be your ultimate set buy? Like your Holy Grail set that you were like, oh my goodness, if I had the money to put, if I could just buy any set that I wanted ever, this would be the one.
Yeah, new, old, anything.
The unicorn set, I get it.
Yes, exactly. The unicorn or the Holy Grail, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that one set that you like, you probably can't bring yourself to purchase it because it's just that too much expensive. But what would it be? I mean, Kat, you already been there.
A little bit.
But what would your next one be if you had you already have the Hogwarts Castle? What would be your next Holy Grail set if you could just get whatever you wanted, even if it was an old one?
Sure. I'd probably say maybe the Ninjago City. I just watched a friend build that on Twitch, and it looked really, really fun.
It's good.
Yeah. It's one of Flynn's favorites.
And then I was looking how much it was on eBay, and I'm like, oh no, that's a lot. So, I mean, obviously, something big like the Millennium Falcon would probably be cool, but I think I'd want something that has a little bit more, not necessarily creativity, but just I like learning, and that's why I feel like picking up sets you wouldn't normally buy, you get to learn a lot of little things from them. And that looked like there was a lot of fun building techniques, a lot of fun pieces and things like that in that set.
There absolutely was. It's a completely engaging set, super fun to put together, lots of different techniques and styles. It's just a great set all around.
And do the stickers.
That was and do the stickers for sure. That was one of my that was definitely one of my Holy Grail sets, and I got it. I did Right. Oh yeah, I did a job for Google. I did a Lego gig for Google, and I ended up like when they paid me, I was like, I am treating myself to a set that I really, really, really wanted that I can just walk into the store and buy. Like I didn't want to go through, buying an old set. So yeah, that's how I came across it. It is a great set, and then I was fortunate enough to pick up the Ninjago City docks that goes along with it. And I'm kicking myself, Kat, because my choice was between it was Black Friday, and it was between the Disney train and the Ninjago City docks. And the guy at the Lego store was actively encouraging me to get the docks. He's like, get the docks, get the docks. And I didn't figure out, I couldn't understand why he was pushing me so hard to that one. And then I found out later it was because it was about to retire, and because of Black Friday, they were going to sell out of any final ones that they had, which ended up being true. So I still have it in a bag somewhere.
How did we get that home, Flynn?
Oh yeah, that one was one that we had to come home. Wait, are we Ninjago City Docks.
Yeah, was it after Lego
It was after
Masters?
Lego Masters, and we all bought a lot of sets while we were on Lego Masters. Like that was our fun thing to do on the weekends. We'd all go to the Lego store and buy stuff. And we ended up, much like the Batman 66 set that I got from Holly, I had to in the airport fold the box down and empty the entire box into a carry-on
grocery bags.
Yeah, like grocery bags, con bags,
carried on
crinkly plastic bags. But there was, and fortunately, I'm one of those people that doesn't really care about the boxes, so that was fine. But it was still, it was like, your carry-ons are con bags full of, numbered bags with the instructions and hoping they don't get confused between bags. But okay, so Kim, Holy Grail set.
It would be the Hogwarts Castle.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, there's nothing to be sorry for. That is that's mine.
Yeah,
it's mine.
Right.
And it was within my grasp.
I think I have slightly more modest taste, but maybe not because they're not around. I would have two, and I don't think of myself as a huge Star Wars fan, but there's so much Star Wars stuff I love. I would say the Ewok Village.
Oh yes,
is one of them.
Oh yes,
and the monorail is the other one.
Yep.
Right.
Okay,
if I could get the monorail, I would make so many things with the monorail. Oh my goodness. Well, so we're gonna do it. Absolutely. I just haven't. Boone Langston has.
Are you really?
We are. It's not right away.
His face was like, oh.
I know. It's that was the face of watching our bank account go to zero.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way: we're in uncertain times right now, and when things are slightly more certain, or maybe for the holidays, we'll see.
Yeah.
Something like that. But Boone Langston's monorail that he put in Ewok Adventureland at Bricks Cascade was epic.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
It had a big roundy round. Well, at any rate, I want to do that with monorail.
That's a good one. Okay, Shane, as a relatively new Lego collector, what is a Holy Grail set for you?
Well, I was going to say the Ewok Village. I think I'll say that my Holy Grail set would be Coraline's Pink Palace Park.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Yay.
Mine too, Shane.
Agreed. That is definitely on my list.
Well, I hope we all get our Coraline houses soon.
Yes, exactly.
I hope
so. Sell out the first day. Well, Holly, I don't know. Do you even have one? I mean, you have everything. What do you get for the Lego girl who has everything?
There are quite a few gaps, I must say. I have a Holy Grail.
Mr. Gold.
I was gonna say I have a Holy Grail figure, and then I have a Holy Grail set, and so of course Mr. Gold is the big gaping hole in my CMF collection right now. As well as that stupid Elsa, which is apparently missing. I was going through and kind of accounting for all the figures as I've been continuing to unpack and. Last few series of minifigs I hadn't actually opened and placed, but I had it checked off my list. I had one.
What, Disney Elsa?
Yeah, I'm missing the one from the CMF Elsa.
If I can find it, I'll put it in your box.
Thank you. Just add it in, yeah. Add it to
Yay,
my tab.
Cody.
And then as far as the sets, I had to think about it for a minute. I'd say probably the one I really want the most, that would be like the most meaningful to me, would be old Kirk Christensen's house.
Oh,
really
yeah. Yeah.
Definitely a money is no object score.
I don't know that set. What was that?
It's like 4000007. It's old Kirk Christensen's house. It was like a probably an employee gift or.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's one of these like Lego House exclusive or employee type things. Yeah. But yeah, it had always with the original injection equipment and stuff, I think, in it.
Yeah, so I really want that one.
That's a good one.
I was listening.
I have been chasing one set my entire AFOL life, and I know one person in my luck who has it. It is the first set ever sold in the United States, 725-3 Tom Plan.
The Samsonite one, right?
Yep.
Wow. I don't know that one.
So you know that the fun, speaking of old Kirk, right? That was his, do I have the story right? That was his grandson that was in the original promo, like on the box art for that.
Yeah,
and then
his family was in the photographs playing with the set. That was the box art in the early days. Yeah,
and then it was the same guy grown. That wasn't Cal, was it? Which one was that? So anyway, it was the same guy.
He grew up, and when they reissued it for their anniversary, he was, the older gentleman was back behind.
Oh, that's awesome!
That's so cool. That's cool.
Just the fact that someone said that they found this because the neighbor said they're going to throw it out, that just about wrecked me. They brought the original paperback board in and folded it, and I felt like I should be getting white gloves on because I was like, this is the first Lego set ever sold in the U.S. Like this is Town Plan.
Yeah.
But just to see that little bit, I was like, I'm chasing this for the rest of my life. If I can get the first Lego set ever sold, that's the crowning achievement. That's the unicorn set to get.
Wow.
Good luck, Moto.
I didn't get the reissue of that. Like I have parts and pieces of it that I got second hand. Like the cinema is really cool. I got the parts that I really liked, which was the cinema and the gas station.
Yeah.
This was in the later Town Plan that came out like 15 years
ago. I have some of the OG. So what they used to do is they made railroad spec'd trees. They weren't Lego built trees, and the cars were little tin or metallic cars. They were like die-cast cars. So this is what makes this set nearly impossible to get. Is even in pieces, it's really you think. But yeah, if you said money was no object, like if I was Jeff Bezos, I'd hire an army of people to just go out and find it.
I was going to show you trees, but Vincent is currently using them.
Oh, by the way,
cool.
Holly.
I've got one, but yeah, that's just finding that is impossible.
By the way, Holly, Minifig Chick in the chat says she has an extra Elsa CMF that she'll send you. And since I see her, maybe I'll just have her give it to me and I'll put it in your box that I'm about to send you anyway.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
I didn't want to bother anybody with like having to ship it if
Brickworm said there's one out of Belgium for $1,800. That's not the U.S. version. The U.S. version goes for a lot more. They're actually different. The European and the Samsonite version are different. Yeah.
Whoa.
Alyssa says, I want the goat from the Mill Village raid, but the goat is like $40 on Bricklink.
Yep.
I'm embarrassed to say I have 2 of them. But I don't have the set, but I have 2 of the goats.
You ended up with them.
I ended up with them
a set, right, for one of them.
No, I got them from. Okay, so I'll tell you this crazy story. There's this guy talking about
makes me think that someone's going to do this Tom Cruise, suspension thing, break into your house to get them with the whole.
With the like spider
just
suit.
For the goats, yeah, because everybody wants the goats.
If you guys ever come across parts like this, I know like you would never know that these were Lego. So if you're ever going through secondhand parts and you come across something like that, like you can look on is it on the bottom? Does it actually have Lego on it? I guess it doesn't.
Holly,
that's why that makes them so hard.
Yes, there's nothing indicating that these are Lego, but these are actually Lego pieces.
Is that 60s, Holly?
Yes.
Because I think my first Lego sets had those trees.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe they did, yeah.
So the thing about the goats, and this isn't to upset anyone, but I got to tell you, this guy in our lug brought stuff to trade. He brought a pile of stuff to trade, right. And he's like, "Yeah, I got some sets from our neighbors and these parts." And he's like, I don't know, I'm looking to trade them. And I was like, well, I have a few things for trade. And then I started going through the thing, and I just kept finding stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And finally, he was just like, I'm getting such a kick out of watching you get so excited. He's like, just take whatever you want. And he's like, and I'll bring it back again next meeting, and you can go through it again if you want. He's like, just
like grandma putting out the box.
Yeah, like grandma putting out the box. Among other things, 2 goats and an original Bellatrix Lestrange.
Wow.
And he was just like, take them. You obviously are really excited to get them. And I didn't, and at that point, I knew about Bellatrix, but I didn't know about the goats. I was just like, oh, cool, goats. And then I put the goat in a mock that I made of a witch's house, and I actually used Bellatrix Lestrange's hair for my witch. Yeah. And I put it up on Instagram, and people were flipping out. They were, a goat, oh my God, a goat. And I just thought they thought goats were cool or something. Oh. And then, and then I went online and was like, oh, those are really expensive.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed that those things are so valuable because I still have that set. That set is sealed, and it was a set I bought to build, but because the value went up like so exponentially, now it's like I have a hard time like wanting to open it.
Yeah, encouraged to do a Lego idea set. I'm gonna put a goat in there just so they create it again, and they finally knock the price down.
There you go.
They should do that for the monorail too.
Oh, hey, Ben Kahn is here. Hey Ben, welcome. And TrickyBricks, I don't know if we saw you before, and I just heard an alert that our delivery is here. Can I just tell you that I'm gonna say something really embarrassing right now? I have never been so excited in my life to receive a pair of sweatpants. And because I've been wearing sweatpants, like I think a lot of us, we don't even wear real pants anymore, but like I've been wearing sweatpants and they fit fine, but this time I ordered a size too big because I just want like the world's most comfiest sweatpants. So I'm super excited that my sweatpants just arrived. So there you go. True confessions for the day. That's my holy grail today is one size too big sweatpants.
Wow, how our priorities have changed.
I know, right? Before
Flynn,
I wouldn't.
Thank you for making my day with your quarantine pants story.
I would never. Yeah, because in the old days I wouldn't have been caught dead in sweatpants, and now I'm like.
Even Thunderman has to buy a size too large right now, so it's okay.
You know what's funny is like right after I met Boone for the first time, I had not known him very long at all, and sometimes I have to kind of keep myself in check because I will say really ridiculous things to people that don't know me very well, and I forget that I'm always afraid like people are going to take me too seriously. But I said something to him along the lines of, we were talking about his show, his Boone Builds show, and this was like years ago. We were talking about like on camera versus off camera, like what you see in frame versus like the reality outside of the frame. And somehow the conversation went into like me just assuming that he doesn't even wear pants.
If I thought
I was like, you probably don't even wear pants, or something like that. And it became this like running joke where like, it was like I was essentially starting a rumor that Boone like goes pantsless while he's doing his show.
Hey, anyway. If I thought I could get away with it, if I thought that I wouldn't have to accidentally get up and get something on the other side of the room, I would absolutely. Oh, and speaking of that, be really careful when you're on the Zoom, because I can tell you that yesterday during our lug meeting, people were signing off and dude thought his camera was off and he's like taking his shirt off and then he like took his pants off and everybody's like, turn your camera off, and he finally got the hint and turned it off. But it was hilarious and amazing. But yeah, be careful.
It all happened in slow motion. It's like, I can't. Is this happening?
Oh, look! It's moons over my hammy. Yeah, so it was pretty. It was definitely.
When I joined his stream for the first time, the entire panel convinced me. So the guy who runs it had to go or was doing something else, and I had to mute his camera and phone. And the entire rest of the panel convinced me that he was he had no legs. Like he actually did not have any legs. And I'm trying to build a sig fig, so I'm freaking out, like trying to find the wheelchair piece and stuff. And it went on for like 5 or 10 minutes. We finally told me. And they got me good. They got me so good.
Isn't it? Doesn't that get you when you're looking in your vast collection for that one piece? Where is my one wheelchair? Where is it?
I couldn't find. Yeah, we were looking for ours and couldn't find one. But now we have two because one came with the haunted house set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is ADA compliant, and I think, frankly,
so
awesome.
Cool. I was gonna say, as a physical therapist, because that's what I do in my daytime. I work in a hospital too, but like even just having a little ramp piece in that house, like I'm like, that's so cool because that shows, it's representation, and that's so important.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure why it's Justin in the wheelchair though. I'm not entirely sure why.
Well, Justin, yes.
Yeah.
The shirt wasn't nearly loud enough. I'm sorry, Justin.
I do wish the wheelchair sold for a lot less. There aren't that many out there, so it's still extremely expensive to get.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, I just got one in the Legoland set because that one was on sale a little while. The Legoland was doing their exclusive sets, and I think it was like 25% off. So I picked up the park. And there's a wheelchair in that set too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought we got it in Fun in the Park. Like
we got it. That was the first one. The Fun in the Park set.
Yeah, I built one. I built one for a long time ago. I just built a little custom one for not Magneto.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so now we've talked a lot about Lego because obviously this is a Lego show. But I'm curious, just as we're wrapping up here, I would love to hear like what it is that if as much as you want to share, obviously, what it is you do outside of Lego hobby, and how we can find you like online and all, like if you do Twitch, where's your Twitch channel? If you're on Instagram, what's that? If you're on all of them, list them off, and also too, please remember to email me all of those things so that I can post them for you. But go ahead and let's start with Kat. Now you just mentioned a little bit about what you do outside, but how do we find you and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So I'm pretty much Miss Tap Cat everywhere. So Twitch, got my YouTube channel off the ground, doing a little bit of like time-lapse builds. Yay. And then I did kind of a Lego lingo explain video because a lot of my people on Twitch are actually coming over from the food and drink side, so didn't know like what a mock was, what an A-fall or a snot piece.
Right.
So that's kind of starting. It's still kind of new. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, so pretty much Miss Tap Cat across the board.
Awesome. And now, do you have other what are your other hobbies outside of the Lego hobby? Or
I'm a total nerd, so I enjoy gaming a lot. So I've been playing through the new Paper Mario game, and I like it a lot. So my husband and I will play games together too. So that's probably my main other hobby outside of Lego is gaming.
Yeah, we're big game fans. That's awesome.
Yeah. We've been getting into Smite a lot recently. That's been really fun.
What is it?
Smite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm familiar.
Been pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm finishing up Kingdom Hearts 3 right now, which I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. And if you know anything, if any of you out there have ever played a Kingdom Hearts game, then you will know that it's never just over. There's always like 85 more endings past the part where you think it's the ending, and those endings are all split up by about 3 hours of cutscenes between each one. So I'm like slowly making my way through like the final 25 battles and cutscenes. But I do love the Kingdom Hearts games, especially the first one was a favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great game.
Okay, so Kim, let's hear what you. Now I'm falling back into my teacher mode just for a second because I teach over Zoom classes. I'm like, okay, Kim, let's see what you got to show us now. What have you been working on for the past hour?
So real quick, because you mentioned Kingdom Hearts, me and my husband, when we met, we were both playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and that's why we started talking to each other.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Love Kingdom Hearts.
Just because you mentioned that, I had to say that. I actually work for a bank, work in the back office, so I don't see customers anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I know. And I've been doing that for 5 years, so I love it. But outside of Lego, I game. I think you can probably see my Story of Seasons cow.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some amiibos back there for Animal Crossing.
Oh, cool.
Obviously, I play Kingdom Hearts. I play Final Fantasy series. I play a lot of video games. I'm also a mom.
Yep.
There's not a lot of free time in there. I also read books. I think I'm over 100 books so far this year.
Whoa,
Good for you.
cool.
That's awesome. More reading.
I don't remember. Yeah, and I cosplay. Thank you, Brickanista. I do a lot of things.
I was going to say, you've skipped over one of the big ones.
I do a lot of things. I'm very multifaceted. I'm a little bit all over the place.
And you said you had a daughter, right?
Yes, I do.
How old is she?
She's 4.
Oh,
wow,
awesome.
she'll keep you busy.
And she absolutely loves Lego.
That's great.
Yay.
She's constantly wanting to play with my sets, and I kind of have to like direct her to which ones she can play with versus which ones she's no, don't touch that.
That's probably best. Do you so you want to tell us how we can find you? I know Minifig Chick already put your Instagram up there, but how is that the same name we can find you everywhere?
On Twitch, I am just Kim_Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are the only 2 places I really am.
Okay, so Instagram and Twitch. Awesome. Yes. Very cool. And you said you do Wednesdays?
Yes, I do Wednesdays. It is 8 p.m. Central Time, so 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Holly. We've heard some of... No, come on. You come on.
Already knows.
No. Let's hear it. Where can we find you, and what do you do that's not when you're not Legoing?
I think you have a fascinating job.
And not everybody is here all the time, so let's hear your awesome story.
Okay, so you can find me generally at H Walkman. It's not anything like it sounds, which is why I don't use that name. It's WACHTMAN. So that's my Flickr and Instagram and Facebook, and all of that is under that one name. Just for the sake of, I know a lot of people are confused why I have 2 names. It's my husband's. It's like my husband and kid's last name. That's my family name. And it's I never adopted it because it's just too hard for people to spell. But it's like a unique username, so like it's always available. So that's why I use it for all the like online forums and stuff. So people get a little bit tangled up as to whether to call me Webster or Walkman, and either one will suffice. But I do generally go, like, people that know me as Webster. Awesome. And I am a visual effects artist at Leica Studios, which is an animation studio outside of Portland. Yep.
that always makes me happy to hear.
And I guess we know what your main hobby is.
My main hobby is definitely Lego. I have tons and tons of hobbies too, but I have found that, over the last couple of years, Lego has been the most consuming one. So a lot of the other ones have been mostly placed on the back burner. But I rotate around, like I do a lot of photography, and I love to hike and travel, and make stuff. Like I dabble in whatever it is that I have to figure out how to do. So like knitting and crochet and sewing and doing the cosplay, like I kind of dabble with all those things, and I get to a certain point where it's like, okay, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of like how to do this. Then I move on to like something new. So my hobby is collecting hobbies.
Seems like the common thread there is making. You're always making things.
Awesome.
Right.
Shane, let's hear from you. Hobbies outside of Lego. What do you do during the day, if you want to share that?
Okay, so yes, my day job right now is online marketing, digital marketing. So I work with websites and stuff all the time. That's why I was able to sort of lend a hand with the TrickyBricks website.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's no problem. And then I'm also in grad school right now. I'm getting a master's in English, but my concentration in that master's is pop culture and film. So I watch movies all the time too in my free time.
Yay!
I'm sort of also like a huge collector. So like in the corner of my room, I have like my collection of books and movies and records and stuff, and video games, of course. So I mean, I'm already sensing a problem right now we talked about it earlier with like getting into Lego. Like I'm already starting to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some shelves for that blank wall behind you.
Yep. Second state
I
for
know.
long.
I don't know if you can see it. I also play piano, so I have my piano behind.
Oh,
yay!
nice!
How cool!
Fantastic! Yay, music. Well, this is it's not a very well kept secret, but we've been talking about it for a little while. But I am officially starting to work on a TrickyBricks theme song, like an official one, not like the one that we had to get from the royalty-free web music websites. We're working on something, so it's coming. So be prepared. I didn't want a scary one day. I was trying to decide, like, should we just surprise everyone? And I was like, oh, people will be very taken aback if they come on, and then all of a sudden it's just like a new thing. Different. So just warning you a little bit ahead of time. So, but Shane, where can we find you online?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I have my Lego account. It's Shane Lafan Lego. And then everywhere else on social media, it's pretty much just at Shane Lafan, like on Twitter or I think that's my name on Flickr as well. I think I have like 2 different accounts that I've made. I can't remember what the username that I just made. I think it's still at Shane Lafan. You can find my personal Instagram too. It's at Steven Shane Lafan. I don't really care if you follow me there, but just know most of my Lego stuff's on my Lego account. Cool. It's also where you can find the Tricky Lug After Dark.
Yay!
Live stream on Tuesday nights. So
Tuesday nights, what time?
Yeah. 6:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Central Time, which is what I'm in, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain Standard Time.
Yep. Awesome. All right.
And just so we don't miss it, what was the name again? How do people find that?
At Shane Lafan Lego.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Shane. All right, Moto. Let's see. Let's hear what you got for us. I'm back in teacher mode again. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
No problem. Moto.lego on Instagram. Everybody probably knows that by now. And from there, it links off to YouTube and Flickr. All the good stuff. I've never talked about what I do as a profession, so I'll reveal it now.
Ooh.
I'm a user experience designer and a customer experience designer. So I make all the drawings of what the user will see and how they interact with the product. And I work on cyber resiliency or cyber security products. So WebRoot is one brand you'll find. Bright Cloud is another. And I'm starting to get into Carbonite backup solutions as a third branch of what I do.
Wow.
I don't do a lot of the product design. What I do is if you are a company or a managed service provider who uses our products, you'll be working with the stuff I design a lot, which is how do you pay the bills? What's the invoice look like? What's your usage? What's my subscription? How do I license things? So all of the flow that occurs in order to make business easy with us is what I'm doing behind the scenes.
Oh, well,
awesome,
that would
Moto.
help explain why you're such a very clear communicator.
Indeed. Well,
I do a lot of copy editing at times, but it's also marketing. So I will try to encourage you to buy our products. So be careful. But yeah, I'm just a all-purpose jack of all trades designer who tries to make things easy to use and make sure people are, not getting hacked and avoiding phishing and all that bad stuff that can happen online.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you, Moto.
Yeah, no problem.
And do I remember correctly, your dad outed you as a mechanical engineer?
Yeah, I have a joint degree, so I have a mechanical engineering degree in design, BSc from Michigan, and then I have a BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Industrial Design, from the Stamp School of Art and Design at the University of Michigan as well. So 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow. Dang. I barely made it through high school. I can't even imagine.
Okay.
Well, and you have 30 years making theater and entertainment.
Yeah, I was going to say the experience there counts a lot more.
Graphic design.
People don't know this, but as far as hobbies, Lego is my second hobby behind photography, and then I have a ton of other stuff I've done: rock fossils, artifact collecting. I have all antiques that I've restored, and then I live in a very vintage home that will soon be an antique in a couple of years. So I do a lot of the DIY and that kind of stuff. Or I used
cool.
to. Now our
So
house is
cool.
full of stuff, right? So I moved to Lego to build things. And cosplay, you guys brought that up too. Yeah, cosplay on the side.
Oh, that's right. Your amazing
Really?
John Wick cosplay that made me. I'm sorry, Moto, to say this.
Yeah.
I swooned when I saw that photo. I just want to tell you that I almost passed out. So that's it. Anyway.
I couldn't hear anything he said there. Not a word about it.
And there's no recording.
Reminded he still had headphones on.
Yeah, they're pretty great photos. They're really
amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wish I could look like Cameron Juice. That'd be nice. But yeah, the impression was good, as close as I could get.
It was great. Oh, and sorry, I saw Kat. You did put in the chat, but we wanted to know from you when your streams are.
Yeah, so usually I have been messing around with my schedule, but I think we've kind of settled into Sundays at about 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I will be streaming later this afternoon, working more on the Disney train. And then typically Tuesdays as well, Tuesday evening, usually around 7:30 Pacific Standard, or Pacific Daylight, I guess. So I was doing 3, but it's hard because my husband streams cooking 3 times a week, and then I'm streaming, so trying to balance those 2 schedules and having some free time. So we usually will double up on Sundays, so I'll stream for a couple hours, and then it's cool with Twitch, you can bring your viewers to another channel, so we'll raid his channel, and then he'll cook on Sundays, but then otherwise we do our own individual days throughout the week.
That's so cool. We've been looking into getting to streaming on Twitch as well, but gosh, we already do 4 days a week here, and I'm kind of like and then I found out that we could actually like simulcast using Streamlabs OBS, and I was so excited, and I was like, oh, okay, and I turned it on, and they were like, sorry, you have to pay $25 a month if you want to simulcast a bow. So I was like, no, I'll pass on that. But yeah.
Hey, Kat, are you sitting in a super comfy ergonomic gaming chair with a high back?
I don't know how super comfy it is, but it's not too bad.
Cool. Nice.
I've been ergonomicizing, if that's a word, my office.
It is now.
Yeah,
it's a word now.
And a high back chair like that looks great.
Yeah, it was kind of a pretty basic one that I just found on Amazon because I was using like one of our little bar stools initially, or bringing one of our dining room chairs and schlepping it back and forth across the apartment.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I just need to get a chair.
I was doing that for a while too, like working in a dining room chair, like in their kitchen nook for a couple of months, and realized like that I was killing myself. So then I moved my whole workstation down to my Lego table, because that's actually at like standing height, and I'm used to working where I can sit and stand and kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
So the pro is that now I'm not like breaking my back anymore, but the con, of course, is that now I don't really have as much build space.
Right.
Or time to build anyway.
A chair? What is a chair?
Yeah, Moto, I think you must be way more flexible and less creaky than me, because I love sitting in a comfy chair when I build.
Oh, Hooded One is in the chat. Maybe it would be nice to have some info on the Tricky Lug members on the TrickyBricks site. Actually, that's a great idea, and I'll just go ahead and say, if you have information, like anybody who's in the chat, amongst our regulars, and if you're new coming and hanging out, part of Tricky Lug, and you want to share where people can find your stuff, because I know everybody's got great Instagrams, and we try to do the hashtag TrickyLug on stuff that we share with one another, but it's easy to forget that stuff and not be able to find people's things. So if you want to email me, flynn@trickybricks.com, with an email with your information, I will start to put together a blog post where I can put up a bunch of different people's information and how to find people. I think that would be a great post.
Could see what people build in addition to what they build for the challenges.
Yes.
So I would highly recommend everybody get a good chair and a good table to build with. I just happen to do a lot of gardening and DIY where I'm constantly up, down, down. So I have a roofer's back. If you don't have that roofer's back and a really good posture, you're just going to wind up messing up your body.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Crystal, for your subscription. Thank you so much. And speaking of subscriptions, I'm gonna take the spotlight here. As you know, we are doing a subscription drive at the moment, and we are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers on our channel. And when we do, we are. Oh, here, I'll get it. Good. When we do hit 2,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away this awesome Monkey King Warrior mech. All right, it's going to be This is a really, really great model. It's going to be a fun giveaway. Also wanted to say that we, next Sunday, will be celebrating our 100th episode. of the TrickyBricks build and chat. I can't even believe it. That's so crazy.
I know, 100. What did we even talk about?
Exactly. Moto. So yeah, that will be. I think that's going to be a fun episode. We're going to try to have some past guests on to celebrate, and we are going to be giving away a special TrickyBricks build and chat care package. Thank you for sticking with us through 100 shows. I still can't believe it's been 4 months and we've hit 100 shows. That's just bananas.
It goes by so quickly.
I know, it really does.
You start going, and you start getting that traction, and then, all of a sudden, oh my gosh, how is, this much time gone by already?
Totally.
Hey, you know what, guys? Thanks for doing this. This is so cool, to put faces with names and get to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so glad. It's been great to meet people face to face.
Yeah, and it's because it's so, it's hard for it. I mean, it's nice for us too because, you see us all the time, but we see a chat room. So being able to have a little bit of a closer, be able to be closer and see people is always really great. And I would love to see some. I'd love to see some more, and have us do some more shows where some Tricky Lug members come and hang out on a Sunday chat, and we get to meet. Meet our various friends and fellow
people
members.
We hang out with so many mornings, right?
Yeah, all the time, 7 days a week sometimes at a certain point.
But also, it's been a real pleasure to support you guys.
Oh, well, thank you. And I just
definitely, with the truest NPR PBS pledge drive,
Yeah.
Well,
this show's been brought to you by members like you, and I've always seen it as it's something I tune into, and I get so much enjoyment from it. So why not, throw a couple shekels over the fence?
Well, we're so
we really
inspired
too.
Yeah. I've built way more because of our challenges, and because you all have built and inspired us. With all the stories and cool things and stretching yourselves creatively has made me want to do the same thing. And even, we touch on this a little bit. These are some rocky times going on now, and we've had some high days and some low days, and just coming and hanging out with all of you just gives me a reason to, shave and sit down and be cheerful in the morning. So that's awesome.
Well, and and also too, I just want you, and I know we've kind of mentioned this before, but these people that you are seeing on the screen and others who help on our Patreon as well are responsible for bringing us out of the stop motion animation days. They're responsible for helping us get a website up, and just responsible for being here and creating such a wonderful community. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you for having supported us for so long, and I don't know, just being here today and sharing that with everybody.
Yay!
Flynn, I just want to right here, just.
Yeah. I know. Hugs for everybody.
Right?
Big hugs to all of you.
Hugs for Tricky Lug.
And one day we will be able to do an actual Tricky Lug meeting at a convention someday. I'm convinced
that would be awesome.
This will be a thing that will happen.
Cascade 2021. I believe. I believe.
And I hear this on so much public television, but I think it comes from the heart, is you all make this stuff too, right? We had this idea of giving Logan a cookie, and it turned into this thing, right? Which is awesome, and you all made that too.
Yeah, I mean, just the, Ms. Thing. I mean, all of these things are all of it. All of these characters, Clicky, all of these things that have become parts of our regular show were all things that were created in tandem with everybody who watches, and I think that's what makes it so
ridiculous,
super fun,
and
ridiculous
awesome
and super
happy.
fun. And don't forget, we will soon be getting a visit from Hangela.
She's on her way.
Thing's sister.
Oh. She can only go so fast.
She's been threatening to come for a while, but she will be arriving soon. That will be a thing.
Is she making her way across the United States on 4 fingers?
Yes.
Well, she is making. Well, you recall that Ms. Thing and Angela used to work together in a department store.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get along.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There might be some like thumb wrestling involved.
Exactly.
Well, the problem is the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
All
boy,
right.
There we go.
On that note,
Shane, man, he got you today. He got you and me.
Yeah.
so and I'm gonna ask. So we're gonna sign off here, but I want to ask everybody in the Zoom call right now just to kind of hang out for a second after we're done, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, so thanks everybody so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. What a great time and how much fun to meet some of the people behind the show and friends and supporters. It's been so great. Thank you, and you can don't forget about our challenge this week, the 25-piece build challenge. And tomorrow,
I can't wait. Mine's gonna move.
Yes, and tomorrow, surprise! Tomorrow we will be going over our sort of like Gears 101 class and how you can start off with gears and stuff like that. So definitely check us out tomorrow. We will be here doing that, and don't forget to
Bricks Fiesta.
Oh yes, Bricks Fiesta, which we'll be doing later today in about an hour. We'll be doing our little presentation there about lighting.
And they have stuff going all day long.
So definitely check them out. But until then, or until tomorrow, I want to say to everybody, please stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, and we will see you next time. All right, see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.